Hey guys, game just ended. Mr. Mahomes, who I'd hope to go to the Super Bowl, will not be going this year. That's all I'll say. He's not going this year, but he will go. And I predict and I hope he will go more times than Mr. Brady. Nothing is Tom Brady. I don't know where the camera is. I got it flipped it backwards. I'm sorry. Let me stop this damn thing. Hello? Okay, I found it. Anyway, great news. Everything I thought I knew was wrong about concerning what is going to become of me as far as my relationship with Jesus Christ. Mr. Hendricks, you will remain in the image. I don't care how long this takes to adjust. If people want to listen, sit there and wait. It's not important to see me, it is important that you see this. And more important, you believe it. Believe him. But anyway, I'm going home. Just as I prayed about 10 months ago, when I was walking these streets after having left the domiciliary here, which I will say is, sorry, I don't like to be like that. I will say is a great domiciliary here in Central Texas. And I was actually very glad to be there because while I was there, I just been relocated from Houston in a hurricane. And so I didn't have anywhere to go. And the VA, the DAV, the Red Cross, FEMA, and an assortment of other first responders, everyone that played a part in assisting Hurricane Harvey disaster victims, or all disaster victims for that reason. You've seen Jimmy. I'm sorry, I'm being stupid. I tell you, I'm not even looking at the camera. Every first responder, everyone that cares for people, thank you. Because a part of what you do affected my life very deeply. And I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now had it not been for your care and concern. I just encourage you to be considerate of your patients and those you're caring for. Understand what their rights are and understand what your responsibilities are pertaining to those rights. I do know that there are circumstances where those rights, I won't say have to be put aside. In a way they do. What I mean is if a patient's violent. I mean, come on, let's be realistic. I don't know that part of the rights, but I'm sure that there is a situation where, anyway, I don't know anything about that. I'm going home. And I'm going home to my home state. Almost heaven. Wild, wonderful West Virginia. And I can't wait. Were it not for the confidence that Jesus Christ gives me, I would be breaking down like a little baby right now. Like I did in all those videos. Those of you who followed this insane odyssey, I'll just briefly recap it. I was walking down the street. I got here from the Dom, and I got out of the Dom after the 61 days. I completed the program, and I got a little room down here because no one in town hardly would rent to someone with a criminal record. So anyway, I'm in a kind of a not so good neighborhood, considered not so good. It's actually a great neighborhood. There are food pantries here. There's a soup kitchen called Feed My Sheep, and it plays a very vital role, as do all church ministry associations and non-church ministry. Anyone that's caring for people. and not perverting the rules regarding that care, not stealing from them. Like in the VA, I went in there with the hemorrhoid bleeding real bad. I was in pain. The doctor said, "Oh, I'll give you something for pain." Morphine. It was not morphine. It was Toradol. But what they don't know is it is on record as having been given morphine. And I'm not sure. I probably got a urinalysis somewhere in through there that will show I was not positive. I haven't checked that, but if I had to guess, that's true. Irregardless, I went to the patient advocate, which again are people that care about patients' rights, and I just kind of covertly had her check. Was morphine prescribed? Yes. Did I receive morphine? No. Where did that morphine go? Mr. Undersecretary of the VA. You might want to look into that. You should look into that. You better look into that, because veterans depend on you for direction, and they depend on you for management over the entire system. I realize it is a very huge responsibility, but you have people in place who can make sure that from the housekeeping, whatever, on up, and especially your critical care people, your psychiatrists and your psychologists, people that deal with PTSD and other mental health issues that veterans face, they need to be sharp. They need to be vetted. You just don't hire anybody because of their color. Okay? And as a matter of fact, I would give preference, and it probably always does, I would give preference to veteran doctors, veteran healthcare that were mental health professionals in service, and give them additional training, bring them all up to snuff on everything. Let them talk to veterans. They would understand. Not that any other mental health professional did. And I would ask the psychiatrist, you almost don't need psychiatrists really for anything but to write a prescription. And maybe make a diagnosis based on symptoms, and they'll usually screw that up. Because probably there are deals with drug companies to put out certain drugs. And the other thing with the pain management, that is just such a ridiculous policy the VA has nationwide. You have, I witnessed it here in 94B, where there were guys trying to detox from alcohol, and they had a hard time getting Ativan. Why? You think every person you give an addictive narcotic to is going to become an addict because a couple of people did? Are you serious? Think how stupid that is. Think what you're doing to that veteran. A guy walked out because he couldn't get Ativan. Another guy needed a muscle relaxer because he was hurt. And they prescribed it, but VA policy would not permit that pill to be split. I told him, go tell those people to tell that doctor to prescribe you a similar medication that is in stock that you can get within a few moments, or should be able to get within a few moments. There should be an active pharmacist on duty in critical care units that can prescribe medicine, not call it downstairs and it comes up 5 hours later. How much sense does that make? Again, they're hurting right now. That veteran is hurting right now. And you want to give him a pill. Maybe like me, you don't even tell him you're going to give it to him. I love Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the only reason I'm sitting here doing what I'm doing. I get driven to do more and more good. And I'm shit. I'm not a good person. My record will be very public. I don't care. matter of fact, I love that because it'll show what Jesus Christ can do for anybody, including Wolf. And Wolf's the nursing manager at 94B that told me I have to leave if I don't give my cross up. Like I'm going to hurt a combat trained veteran, or any veteran. Well, we're all combat trained. Like you're going to hurt. How foolish would it be to attack? You know what, on 94B they'll hand you a cell phone. It's a big complicated thing. I couldn't even make a call on it. You should have a big phone with rotary dials and all the numbers right there in front of people. Well, you know what, on 94B, to get a drink of water, a drink of water, you either had to go push a little button in a sink and get that crap splashed over your face that tastes like crap, or you could go all the way up to the nursing station, and the little deal there, you could get little tiny cups, you could get a little drink. Why, Mr. Undersecretary General of the Veterans Administration, why is that so, sir? And I know you're new, and I know you're going to look into those things, and I don't mean to be directing anything negative toward you. I apologize. I just very upset about a lot of things. I would not even proceed with a lawsuit if I didn't think it was worthy. And I'm not sure what the outcome will be. And what I'm saying is I'm not trying to harm the VA. I love the VA. The VA has, along with a lot of mistreatment, has been very, very good to me. And I'm grateful to them. I mean, just not sure were the case to even have merit and go through, which it will, and the award will be huge, which it will. I haven't decided what to do with the money. And if you think I'm playing a game, you better look again. I already have at least one attorney who's ready to dig. No, I have two. They're ready to go, just based on the evidence I have that a doctor didn't tell me it was going to give me medication, risperidone. They could have made me lose my mind. It's all on record. It's all documented. They documented themselves. Well, go ahead and try to destroy the documents because I have copies already. Thank you. And the fact that you would even try to destroy them would make my case even greater. And I will ask my attorney if I can speak at the hearing. But anyway, the idea that to help veterans, I just went through all this incredible 10 months. I had asked the Lord, prayed that I'm tired, I want to come home. I'll do what you tell me. Guess what? I'm not tired. I'm going home. And I'm doing exactly what Jesus Christ wants me to do, and that is to help people. That makes me special? No. Makes me a Christian. And my book, that most of you think is full of errors, means you are very, very blind. That book tells me to love everyone and to care for those. As a matter of fact, it goes deeper than that. If you got two coats, give one away. Or if one, you know what? Somebody asks you for your coat, give it to them. If they ask you for something, give them everything. That's the most ridiculous thing ever. Guess what? I'm walking out of here with just a few things, and I'm going to give them to a person that was very bad to me. And I'm not even going to tell her. No, I didn't have a relationship with her. Oh boy, wouldn't do that. But anyway, I guess I'll wrap it up, this video anyway. Marijuana. Mr. President, take it off the Schedule 1 narcotic list. At least decriminalize it. R.J. Reynolds just dumped $3 billion into the Canadian economy. That $3 billion could have been dumped into our economy. Do you realize the revenue that could be generated if the feds took control like they have alcohol. Oh, alcohol only kills 140,000 people approximately every year. There's not been one death attributed to marijuana. Ever. Would you like to count the cost of alcohol? Damage to our culture, our society, to families, to individuals? It would probably astound you. And guess what? I would be for, well, I'm going to say prohibition. Actually, I'm for that. But it's not something I would fight for. Alcohol can be used responsibly. Let's put it like that. So can marijuana. And marijuana has at least over 500 uses, ranging from, it can be used to biofuel, fabric, paper, all kinds of medicines. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Why is it illegal? Why is a plant God created illegal? How can you make a plant illegal? You might caution people, stay away from that plant, like poison ivy. Why don't you make poison ivy illegal? Why don't you make mosquitoes illegal? Why don't you make lying to mental health patients illegal? Ladies and gentlemen, everyone who's watching, I do get emotional, but I'm confident that what I'm doing is right. So, my Lord that you hate restores my confidence pretty quick. And I'm determined to do the things. I'll be putting out video after video talking about it. And there was a time I didn't even want to put the video out. And irregardless of what happens, like I like to show in every video, I have everything right here. I've got it all right here. And that's a copy of a copy. And nobody knows who has the others but me. And I only know one person that has it. I don't know the other person that has it. They're legal representatives, and I'm doing what they asked me to do, which is make these videos, to see if maybe the VA will do something without being sued. That would, hey, I would not even file a lawsuit at all. I would just be asked, I would like to speak before the Senate, and I would like to have people there that can have the ability to change things, and that aren't afraid to do it because someone's telling them, well, marijuana's evil, or we're just doing what we can. It's the system. Yeah, it is the system. It's a dysfunctional system. And you people will drive by a homeless vet and spit at him or say, get a job, when they just had to bomb an orphanage full of children in Afghanistan because they were told to go there.